collision avoidance and right of way. When you're looking at different types of aircraft, right of way is basically about whoever is most maneuverable is going to give the other person right of way. So if two aircraft are converging at the same altitude, the aircraft that has the other aircraft on its right shall give way to the other aircraft. So basically, if you're on the right-hand side of that duo of two aircraft, you have the right of way. Except if you're more maneuverable than the other guy. So if you're in a power-driven, heavier-than-air aircraft, you give way to airships, gliders, and balloons. If you're in an airship, you give way to gliders and balloons. If you're in a glider, you give way to balloons. So the order of hierarchy, I guess, is power-driven, heavier-than-air aircraft, then airships, then gliders, then balloons. And I guess lastly, if you're in a power-driven aircraft and there's some dude towing an object, you give way to the guy towing the object. Another thing they say in cars is if an aircraft is required to give another way to an aircraft, the PIC of the first aircraft can't go over or under or ahead of the aircraft unless you're doing it at a distance that won't create a crash. This is good to know. Another scenario could be if two aircraft are approaching head-on. If two aircraft are approaching head-on, each aircraft alters their heading so that they go to the right. So if you got another dude coming towards you, you alter your heading to the right, they alter their heading to the right, and you guys are both good to go. Another scenario is overtaking. So the aircraft that's overtaking has right of way. If there's some slow guy in front of you and you want to get ahead, then he or she or they have their right of way ahead of you. So no matter what you're doing, you could be climbing, descending, whatever, they don't care. You alter your heading to the right. So you pass them on their right side. They also point out in cars that if that aircraft starts turning or something, then you also have to alter your heading so that you always stay to their right until you're done passing them. So that would be really inconvenient, but still you've got to do it because it's what it says in cars. Another scenario where you need to practice collision avoidance and right of way is landing. So if two aircraft are coming in to land at the same time, the lower aircraft has the right of way. This extends to the aircraft that is landing has the right of way over the aircraft that's not landing. And collision avoidance in terms of formation flying. Formation flying is allowed as long as it's not going to create a risk of a collision. And it's the pilot's responsibility to make sure that they take any action necessary to avoid a collision. So biggest things to remember are you pass people on the right, the dude you're passing has the right of way over you. You always have to stay on the right, and the more maneuverable you are, the less likely it is that you're going to have right of way in any given scenario. When two aircrafts are approaching head on, you each alter your heading to the right, and that's about it. Okay, thank you very much.